welcome to another episode of The Flank. Of course, I'm joined by Patrick Price, aka Aches, except he's got me running on a treadmill right now. I don't know what's going on, but look at that form. And then we got Chris Duarte, aka Parasite, and we got the one and only, the bald Benjay Nassim. We got a couple guests. We got Slasher coming in from Atlanta FaZe, Superstar. We got another superstar, Octane, coming in from the Los Angeles Thieves. The Flank is full of COD personalities tonight. Gentlemen, how's everybody feeling, man? Everybody doing good? Everybody feeling good?
I feel bald, Tom.
You feel bald? You look bald? It's all
But
bald over
good,
there.
man.
Ben, how do you feel being bald? How do you feel?
Well, so we started off. MC buzzed my hair. He did a solid job. And then Danny finished it off with the razor. It feels weird. It feels like I don't have a lot on top of my head. It feels like colder.
You're bald.
It's gonna take me some time to get used to this before it goes back in. And appreciate everybody that tuned into the stream today. I think it was a great experience. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me get my head shaved by MC.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, Pat, Chris, how you guys doing? You guys doing all right?
I think.
Hello?
Wait, I'm here. It was Pat. Are you good?
Pat's
I
just
can't. We
he's
killed
going.
Pat's mic's not even
Pat
working.
is, Pat's literally
I think
muted,
Pat's
bro.
speechless. He's trying to figure out what to say.
Wait, Pat's mic is muted.
The last series has Pat speathing.
He's
Well,
cooking something
Chris,
up.
why don't you go first?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm just, the stream's been blowing up because of rank play. Everything's been good on my end. I actually was moving my stuff to a new room in my house because one of my roommates moved out, so I got a bigger space now, and my room's kind of empty right now. But I've been busy today, so I'm good.
Oh, fixed it.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Patrick
There we
Price is
go.
back. Let's get right into it. Austin, what's going on, Austin? I feel like you're here
Let's
because you
get
got something
right
you want to
into it.
share. Go ahead.
I do. You know, yesterday we were saying some things. Pat had some choice things to say, and he loves to always say, "I'm not wrong. I'm just early." Well, this was a case where he was indeed wrong, and we can clip what he was saying.
How was
But,
I
you know,
wrong?
Brian Stats. Shout out to Brian Stats on Twitter. He decided to tweet a little tweet today. One of my personal favorite tweets, and it just showed the absolute domination I had over Patton for like a 5-year,
Jesus.
6-year span.
Oh, are we
And,
talking about?
yeah,
Are we talking about
domination?
Jetpack and
talking about
Stim
all
5v5
Call of Duty.
BO4 cheese?
All FPS.
All
like,
the
pretty
shit, all the
much
shitty
any-
ones, all the shitty
Pretty
ones.
much any time I met up against you, especially on
All
land,
the
like, what
all
was
the
it,
shitty
8
ones.
to 2 or
Actually,
something?
Man,
actually,
man,
8 to
yo,
2,
yo,
man. It was
you
bad.
should.
It was real bad.
Oh, I mean,
Like,
those
I
are
knew it
all
was
the
bad,
all the
but I didn't
all your
think it was
wins.
that bad.
All your wins on land came from jetpacks, though. So that's, I mean, take that with what you want.
That's
But
not true. I
also,
literally beat you in the finals of World War II. I
yeah,
didn't
except
fly
that
around
one.
on London docks.
Except
You?
that one. Except that one. But I also had a
okay.
1.5 that series, so I was let down by my team. But anyway, I actually had Brian look into it. 95% of those were group play or online league matches. Just so you know, of all 18.
Interesting.
All
All
18.
online or
It
group
sounds like
matches. You're not
sounds like he's
giving it all
backtracking
back.
a little bit.
No, absolutely not. Jetpack
coping live
online
on the flank?
matches when I was in North Carolina, absolutely not.
Are we coping live on the flank?
Wait,
I don't
We're not
know,
coping.
Sam.
We're just adding context. We're just adding
Wait,
context.
Pat. So how many times did you beat Austin in a bracket play land match?
Not very often.
Want to know?
Well, that's
Holy
just not true
dominance.
because I played in the finals of World War II.
Want to know?
Dominance.
It's undefeated, Chris. It's want to know.
And then he came out, and then Pat had some absolute cheese, like teammate cheese, that
Yeah,
he, like he wasn't.
Wait, that's
playing
a fact.
Crim
Wait, that's
6
a fact. Hold on.
TP. Wait, what?
Wait, if we would have swapped roles and played each other, swapped teams and played each other, record would be the exact same. Facts.
Well, then if we would have swapped roles and I
Facts.
was on complexity, I would have had 2 years of undefeated spree of land events.
Oh shit.
we're
Like you
talking-
lost into, if I
we're
had Crim
talking-
6 Karma
we're
and
talking
TP in
about-
prime, like,
We're talking
True.
about
I might not have
specifically.
died.
Wait, we're talking about specifically when we played against each other. If we would have swapped teams when we played against each other, the record would be the same toward like me
Nah, it
18,
wouldn't have
you
been,
5.
because
It
then
would
I
have been the
would've still
exact
beat you
same.
in
All I know
SMBs,
is
no
I
matter
beat-
who was on my
exact
team.
All I
same.
know is I beat
Exact
Aches
same.
with a submachine gun to end his 4P in Black Ops 2.
Jesus.
You did what now?
I said I beat. I beat you in Black Ops 2 with a submachine gun done for you not to get a 3-peat or 4-peat or something like that.
Oh, we're talking about the zero prize pool event.
Nah,
Nice.
I had a prize pool.
What do you mean? We made the same amount of money. Actually, I made more because I went to the Indian reservation casinos and gambled at Seattle PAX Prime and made more money than the first place would have got because it was like $250 difference.
Listen, I don't know. You were about the pride
Bro,
back
what
then,
you're
so-
saying? What you're saying? No, wrong. I was about the money. The same thing with
The
Doug.
money,
when,
your $10 prize pool is money.
$10. I got $100,000 check multiple times. What do you mean?
Listen, guys, we could go on all day here. I just want to, bring it up that Pat was indeed wrong, and it was even, like I said, it was bad. I didn't think it was that bad.
Austin, thank you so much for joining the show.
I mean, he's adding jetpacks.
We can get to the matches.
Yeah, we can get to the matches.
Okay,
I say we hop right in.
Who cared about jetpacks? Let's be honest, bro.
Let's hop into the games, ladies and gentlemen. We got Seattle Surge going up against the Florida Mutineers. We got Hotel Hardpoint, Hotel S&D, Hotel Control, Embassy Hardpoint, Fortress, Search, and Destroy. Gentlemen, anything on the vetoes? Anything that caught your eye? Maybe the special guest, Octane, could say something?
They're playing Hotel S&D. That's the only S&D that Seattle's won in the last 15 maps.
That's tough.
This is the second one.
I thought you said we're going backwards.
No, I'm going mid to third to first. We're changing it up. We're just going random. We're going random, bro. We're going a random order today. Random order. We're switching it up.
Keeping people on their toes and shit.
We're keeping them on their toes. What do you think about the vetoes? What are your thoughts, Ben? We'll start with you.
I mean, Seattle is down to play Hydra sometimes, but I understand the ban from them. Here, the rest of it kind of makes sense. And yeah, the triple hotel, I think, was a good get for Seattle at the end of the day.
I think Sam hit it right on the head. I don't know if you guys heard him, but they played the only map that Seattle has won. They've looked competitive on El Asilo. It's one of Seattle's other maps that they do try to play, but they haven't won it. And Mutineers vetoed it. I'm assuming they're probably just not very good at it in practice, but it was just weird to see that actually happened.
Yeah,
Good call, Sam.
Yeah, just to get into the match a little bit. P2 or P3, P2. This is where Seattle really started to get a big lead. Seattle actually came out pretty hot. Pat, I know I want to give you the floor a little bit with the Seattle Surge because you were coming in the chat saying some things about this first map. I know Lamar had a bad first map. He picked it up for maps 3 and 4, but I'll let you have the floor.
He did not pick it up. He still had like a 0.7 in the series. That's not picking it up to me.
But that's because he got
the first map.
But he just got world starred in the first.
He played really well the third and fourth map.
He played really well.
He went 8 and 21. He went 8 and 21 on the first map. That's not making you by that map alone have a 0.8. It's just not.
Wait, he had a 0.9. He had a 0.9.
Listen,
less than a 0.5.
Either way, Ben, you're bald. Either way,
What does that have to do?
the bottom line, the bottom line here is
No, he's actually balding because he's bald.
Is bro, Seattle would just be better with someone other than Lamar. That's like objectively, they would just be better. My problem with the Seattle team is like, dude, and like what Sib and Pred were tweeting about, like, oh, like Lamar brings so much to this team, blah blah. These guys are literally leaving him in 6 months to go to Optic. So like,
That's what the people are saying.
Listen, bro.
They probably are going Optic.
They're dipping out in 6 months. So this whole defend Lamar thing, like, yeah, I would defend him too if I knew I'm leaving his ass in 6 months to go to another team.
Just dropping like Kyler and stuff. Like Kyler's been their best player.
Probably because he was their worst player until this little online stint.
I could see a world where if Kyler keeps up his performance and they go on to like place really well, like at the next couple stages, then maybe they consider keeping him. And maybe if
I don't care how good Kyler plays, I'm picking Pred up 10 out of 10 times.
I think so too, but at the same time, you never know. There might be some sort of loyalty there with them as like people and the success that we've had.
But anyways, loyalty. They were trying to drop Dashy a month ago. Yeah, but I mean, some sort of loyalty.
How are we talking about Optic right now, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably talk about this.
Yep. Let's get back into the map 1. Going into the second rotation of hardpoints is a pretty close game, but I actually thought the Florida listening was pretty typical. They got a lot of energy, so let's tune in and see how Florida sounded.
Two times. Top bed, Let's do it. I'm single life backstairs. I got one top bed. One backstairs. I got one top bed. Lamar backstairs at a time. Okay. Got one Lamar backstairs at a time. I'm looking at your push goal. Dead. Last time back right. I'm dead. Sit down. He's right side. I'm getting him. Tyler, can you look it for me? Yeah. Look at your man. One cross. One middle steps. I'm looking your top. I have top, Carson. Bottom. Dead. Bottom. He's pushing to the back van. Pred. Nice 3. Missing one. We are missing one.
He's holding me. One shot. Lamar. He's front right. One shot. He's just laying down. Front right time.
I'll come on time. Give me a second. Dead.
Okay, nice. Good job.
Can you get that time? I'll get it.
Can you look over?
No, you're good, Cap. Go.
One's left already. Couches already. He's low right. Nice. One's gonna be red hall or double arches.
Double.
Double in red hall. I can look over you, Cole.
Couches on red hole. One's red hole. You can go back. Couch is dead. Double is dead. One more good shit.
Try to get time.
Couch cut in time. Couches in time. One more couch. Couches. Fred. Couches weak. Fred. Our side. Nice. Two missing Lamar and Tip. Going before. Good play. Missing double arch.
One shot double. He's catwalk. I can't.
One behind him. Kitchen.
Go. One shot. Nice. Courtyard. There's one kitchen.
Just lay down. Court. Absolutely.
One's a cap. One is a cap.
Alrighty, and that's gonna do it for the listen. That was a long listening. Those guys were twisted. What did you guys think?
Bro, I said it when we were watching the match. I fucking love their last two listenings, even from yesterday. I thought Fellows like actually directing shit really, really well. Everyone's talking, and dude, it's the energy. Like,
they sound good.
Like it's small, but like throwing in those like shit-ons and just like those small things actually make like it, as stupid as it sounds, it actually makes you play better. Like shit like that when your teammate's gassing you like mid-moment when you get like a 2-piece and shit. Like, I love their listenings, bro. I think they're on fire right now.
I think
even if they lost this series, I think they're playing really well.
I think Colt stepped up this series, or not in this series, but in this map. And I feel like he's been like one of those players that's been kind of like inconsistent for them, even prior to their old roster. But the one thing I want to say was, I'm pretty sure Florida won their last hard point when who did they 3-0? Was it?
They played Boston their last series.
Yeah.
Okay, and they won the Hydro? Was it Hydro?
I think it was Hotel Hardpoint as well.
It was Hotel Hardpoint as well, right?
The Hydro, remember?
Okay,
I think it was Hotel Hardpoint as well.
So it was Hotel Hardpoint that they won. So this is again another case for the same thing that they made the mistake in the series where they let the Hotel SND through for Seattle. The Hotel's like the only hardpoint they've won. They've looked competitive on Hydro versus who was it? Boston was it they lost to?
Yeah, and they just kind of blew the P1 when Capsule pushed out and all that.
Yeah. So they look competitive on Hydro with their current team, but they also look competitive on Hydro with their old team. That was like one of the maps that they kept almost taking off teams. So I feel like Seattle kind of like let this map slip through in the series, and this is like the only map that I feel like Florida has really made improvements on. Like
this is a big break too, right here.
The only thing, Chris, is doesn't Seattle, they banned Mercado in this series, right?
Seattle bans auto bans Hydro. I'm pretty sure.
Seattle banned Hydro in this series. Okay, so it's actually a typical play to Seattle there.
I think Seattle auto bans that. Don't they have? I don't think they've played it.
They played it yesterday against us, and then they played it one other series. I think Minnesota, right?
Yeah, maybe they've tried playing it, but I don't think they played it very many times.
19 times prior to the stage 2.
Okay, yeah. So what I'm saying here is, like, as I know a lot of people are giving props to like Florida, and I do think they look better to some degree. But if you think about it, they've only really gotten better at this map. They still have not looked good at hardpoint on any other map that they didn't before with their old team. They arguably look worse in search.
Well, I was about to get there, but
they don't really look good in control either. It's like the only thing they've improved on as a team is on Hotel Hardpoint. I know you guys are like, oh yeah, dude, I like the team and stuff like that. They've been playing better, but have they actually? I feel like they've only gotten better at one map.
No,
they're definitely still, right there.
Listen, they're still like, if we wanted tier teams, like they're still in that like bottom tier at the end of the day. Like
I just appreciate the effort, bro. Like,
yeah,
compared to their old teams, like it's completely like Tyler is like they're all calming. Tyler's directing shit. Like it even if they are a bottom barrel team, like they're not playing like they are, and I like that's just something that I want to point out. Like they're going fucking 200%.
I guess I just wanted to point that out.
Still are.
I just wanted to point that out because I feel like, yeah, the energy's good in their comms, but like, have these guys actually improved?
They
like,
did just beat Boston though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They did.
So, that's a
big win.
Hella good online.
I just want to bring up that conversation before people kind of get too ahead of themselves, because
it's all good, Chris. Because I don't disagree with you, man. Especially with we're switching over to S&D right now, like. They arguably look way worse in search right now, which was their best win condition.
They were the Nuzlo team for sure. Grinding
out these series, winning a Fugaze control, winning the 2 searches. Now they can't be trusted to win a search. So to your point, like, yeah, maybe it seems like the communication better and some of the back-end stuff's better, but from a skill standpoint, executional standpoint, they haven't yet improved.
Yeah.
In the last team.
It's like they regress at the same time as getting better in other areas.
Fellow almost 1v4. This would have been crazy.
Yeah, this was nuts.
If he would have done this would have been insane. Little wall bang spot.
Why didn't he commit to it after he got the 3rd kill?
I think he thought that he killed a guy on the bomb.
Yeah, but it was 8 seconds. It's not like he could have
he
lost.
should have just reloaded and just kept spraying, honestly.
Yeah, look.
Yeah,
he
he
just
definitely
killed.
thought he
Like,
killed the guy
bro,
off the
he
bomb.
can't lose right here, no matter what he does if he gets the next kill. Like,
Yeah, no, it was a good spot though. I haven't seen anybody do anything like that yet. And then we get into the next round. Pred just goes absolutely nuts. He runs at people. He pops a 2-piece, which in my opinion, I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I think Florida should be snaking here. I don't know how the heck they get pieced up here. Mac does a good job baiting and switching for him. Pred gets there, gets 1, jumps the corner, gets 2. AG was actually unbelievable in this map. He was going insane.
He had another round where he got like a 3-piece on Kellogg too.
Yeah. No, that was the 2-2 round. Then we go over here, and he just does something absolutely insane. We'll tune in. We'll see what AG was able to do. You can see him on your mini map now, number 8. He's making a play through the middle of the map. He's like top catwalk area, and he ends up finding a 3-piece here. He's gonna take out this guy mid-map, jumps the corner, lines up 2, big 3-piece from Mr. AG.
LeBron is insane.
Yeah, he's going insane. And then we go to the next round, and it's Dante, who's left in a 1 versus 2 situation, and he's able to clutch this one as well. I think he's Soundhorse the guy coming to his left. If you can see here and watching now, Dante's going to jump out, Ego Chow Havoc. I think he's Soundhorse Pred, or he just makes the good read. I'm not really too sure. What do you guys think? Maybe a little 1v2 Soundhorse there?
Tell. That's the thing.
You can't tell. I mean, I don't know. It looked like he heard him, but
He probably did because he literally like tilted his aim to his left before he killed Colt.
Still
like,
great
he probably
plays,
heard
though.
Brack. Yeah, I mean, of course, you still have to make the play and kill him. So
yeah,
they
still
both,
really
they
good
both
plays.
knew where each other were.
And you can see Seattle, they just kept riding off that momentum. They kept winning these rounds. They're left in a 2v1 situation this round. I think Fellow picks one out mid-map, and they just do a good job holding this bomb after they get it down. They just play their corners, work some crossfires. Fellow, he wasn't able to get the kills. They were just messing with him the whole time. Seattle go up 2-5, and then Seattle with a little bit of a rush to call game. Any thoughts on a map 2 S&D? Anybody in the call? Anybody at all? Any thoughts at
that's
all?
what I said at the beginning of the map set, bro. It's the only map they've won in S&D.
Yeah,
So I think
I
the
mean,
teams are gonna just start vetoing it.
yeah. If Florida just have a clear auto veto right now, then I could see why they might have like got rid of a map. But at the same time, like, yeah, it's the only map they've won. They have looked competitive on Asilo though, so I mean, they got to squeak one out at some point. I feel like.
Yep. Benja, any final thoughts, my guy?
No, I mean Seattle look improved on Hotel S&D, and not a good showing from Florida on this map. And from there, I think all momentum was out the window.
Yeah, and then we get into the most exciting game mode in the game at the moment. We get into a hotel control. First round, Seattle was able to hold on defense. It was a really good hold out of them. They actually hold Florida to, I believe, no ticks in the first round. They just keep them pinned back, kind of like a little spawn trap to kick things off. Next round, Florida, they end up winning the defense as well. But for Seattle, they did a good job just working ticks. They were able to get the 8-point off the break off. They ended up working B this late round. They ended up getting a couple more ticks working through middle. Chris, I know you said a lot of teams like to break through middle, and that's kind of what Seattle did here. They kind of work mid-map. They work like the gaps. They get the kills, and they collapse on B. And they kind of like staggered the Florida Mutineers a bit, and it got Seattle onto that point. They didn't end up winning this round, but they were able to get some ticks. And I don't know, what do you think? We have Octane in here. We have our Slasher's gone. But Sam, what do you think when it comes to controlling this map? You think it favors offense a little bit now, or what?
I mean, I think this is honestly one of the more even since controls.
Pretty even, right? This map.
Have we since started playing in Black Ops 4? This is pretty even. I think honestly, I don't know about other teams, but at least in our scrims and matches and stuff like that, we usually win more offenses than defenses. So I think this map is definitely more 50-50.
I think Ben said something about like a 60-something%. Ben, no, about the win percentage on offense.
Yeah, it's like it was in the high 50s last time I saw. I don't know where it's moved over the weekend, but like it's a complete flip from the other maps, which are way below 50.
It's just an interesting dynamic because you don't really care about defense that much going into round 5. It's kind of just how you're playing the map and executing.
Yeah, and then we go into the third round. This is where Florida was actually able to execute a big offensive win. I think it was Colt Havoc who makes the play. So you see him here all the way in the back. Yeah, he just makes a really good play here. He stays alive. I don't know if AG knew he was here. I mean, they definitely knew the flank was open. So AG picks it up. Havoc gets tucked into that corner before AG knows he's there. Havoc sits here for a cool, like, 20, 30 seconds. He's just waiting for his team to get up the map. He doesn't want to make a play without them. He kind of wants to wait for his teammates and do something together. So it's a great heads-up play to slow it down. He ends up winning that initial fight onto AG. He pops that dead silence. Once he wins that fight, you can already see Dante now. He's got to turn around because the pinch gets wide open. Then his teammate Brack comes in for the trade, and that works a stack for the Florida Mutineers. So it's just a really good play from Cole Havoc. I thought that was a great heads-up play to slow it down, work a kill, wait for his teammates to pick up the trades, and they were able to win the offense. It's good plays. What do you guys think?
It was a good play, but he absolutely shit on the guy in the back, dude.
Yeah,
Like, that was
Headshot
bad.
multiplier,
But
dude.
he didn't know. AG didn't know he was tucked in that corner though. He was kind of centered left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Headshot multiplier.
I mean, I wonder if Colt like heard him like somewhere in that like spot and just kind of knew to center there. But either way, it was still a really good kill.
Yeah, and then we get into the next round, the offense. This is where Lamar really kicked up. Lamar ends up in through the
Did Seattle
back.
just slam them on this offense?
Yeah, they went crazy. Lamar gets through the back of the spawn. He gets a big two-piece, and he continues his spree. Trophy goes down. Lamar finds another one onto Brack, puts some shots down into Havoc, and all those kills. That opens things up a little bit for Seattle. He's going to go down, but that's going to allow his teammates, it bought some time to run through couches, get on this point, and they just start working some stacks, man. All the kills go down, and Seattle's got the map control. And just like that, Seattle's able to push in overtime. Good plays coming out of Lamar on the back.
Yeah, but am I fried? What the fuck was Havoc doing for so long? Go back. Watch
Sure,
how
no
long.
problem.
Watch how long Havoc was down there.
Where is
Keep
he?
going.
Oh,
just
yeah,
go.
I see
Just
him.
go.
You
Go
talking
further
about
back.
bedroom?
Just keep going.
In bedroom?
Okay,
Yeah,
look,
he was
look
there
at
for a
it.
minute. Yeah, he was
I
there.
mean,
But
bottom
he's just
bed's
holding
probably the
bedroom.
Bottom bed's probably the
Yeah, no,
worst
but
spot. You
look,
gotta be top bed and bottom bed.
He
You'll
should
see,
have
you'll
just went top
see.
right away.
Yeah, he
We'll
should've
see
went
what
top.
happens.
I feel like
bottom
bottom bedroom is
is
kind of a dead
still
trap.
Drop
here.
from top.
His boy dies. He gets
Yeah, he
shot.
definitely-
Whatever is fine, but he backs all the way up. He ends up getting away after he gets his kill.
Yeah, he gets out.
But
He
then
gets a
look,
kill. He gets away.
He just
He's
runs away and
probably
then he sits here
waiting. Maybe he's
forever.
waiting for his teammates.
Yeah, but his teammates already spawn. Like he needs to execute. He needs to go like top bed or like repeat.
Yeah, him sitting bottom is definitely not
But
the
he's
best.
still there.
He
He
needs to
still
be the
has
guy to
not
make the
peaked.
play. Like, he needs to be the guy to make the play here.
Yeah,
and get him out of spawn.
Was he? What was he? He wasn't even prone. What was he
He
doing?
was just sitting in the corner outside of the doors.
He's trying to hold out like a cross, but like bottom.
Yo, they're winning the
He
game.
was on the backside of it.
Nah, he was mega faded, bro. He definitely like didn't realize the urgency of the situation at all.
Yeah, and then we
Yeah,
get to the overtime round, and this is kind of where Seattle just lock it down. The Florida can't get anywhere near the B setup. It's really hard when you have people just camping lobby, double desk, and somebody pushed up bedroom. Like, that's a pretty hard setup to break, to be honest. I thought Seattle set this up pretty good. They were just playing kills, and if they got a wave, they'll just push up and get even more control, you know? Like, they play patient, and they wait for their kills. I thought they played it pretty well. But any final thoughts on the control? I think I might have cut somebody off by accident. I don't know if somebody was about to say something, but...
No.
Good round 5 defense.
I mean, Seattle showing for the regain and respawn. It was a gritty hotel control. They clutch up game 5, and they carried this momentum until the next map and closed it out.
I think
Alrighty.
Florida just got slammed that offense. They're definitely going to be kicking themselves for how they played that more than anything.
Yeah, take a look at the scoreboard. Everybody negative from the Florida Mutineers. So Seattle definitely had them in the slang department. Fantastic job from Seattle. And then we go into the next map. We got ourselves a little Embassy hardpoint. It starts off with accuracy in the P2. He does a good job just staying alive, being a nuisance, going to jump off the top ropes. But it was AG for the P4 break where he just goes insane. I don't even know how he was able to do
He
it.
just ran through the hallway and killed 3 people.
He just runs through hall and just goes absolutely nuts. You can see him on the kill feed now, on the mini map. Number 8 runs through the hall. Fella's gonna jump the corner. AG's gonna take him down. AG back in there. Boom, 2-piece. Matt comes in with the trade, and then AG gets the third, and that's a clean wipe for the Seattle Surge. That was a really good break off for them. They were able to build their lead a little bit. Florida started to bring it back. But, I mean, Pat, we'll go with you. This was the last map. Seattle was able to close it out as we skimmed through it. What were your final thoughts of the series?
The whole series?
Yep, the whole series as a whole. They ended up winning this 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, look, I said yesterday, like, the only way Florida was going to win this is if they managed to win the S&D. As soon as they lost game 2, in my opinion, it was over. Like, they weren't taking majority respawns off this team. Even if they would have won that control, like, I still, with like what Ben was saying, they've looked worse in S&D too now that they made this roster change. So honestly, I don't even have faith in them doing that. Seattle's looking a little better, but I mean, again, it comes down to the fact that like these superstars are consistently performing. Like Pred has had now back-to-back series of like just absolutely world star in the other team. So
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I agree with you. I don't think, like I said, I don't think this roster move is gonna make them drastically better where they start being like really competitive. I'm interested to see they get another week right, and then they're gonna play some more matches. So maybe they can make an improvement and widen their map pool a little bit. But if they're only gonna be able to win a hotel hardpoint, teams start catching on to that, and they still don't look particularly good at search at all. Like, I'm going to start worrying for this team. Just like with Seattle, it's like, yeah, we say they're good at respawn, but they're starting to drop respawns now. And
I'm already worried about this team.
They also only look good at one search, like actually good at it.
Yeah.
If people obviously get that out, are they going to be able to like maybe take an Asilo finally? Or what about the other maps? Like, I haven't seen them play like an Embassy. I know their Mercado isn't particularly good. Fortress hasn't been particularly good. Like, I don't know. I'm still just worried. I feel like this series was like a team of a match with teams that have bad map pools.
They need one more search. I don't think they need to get all good search maps, but if they get 2 bread and butters, they're actually pretty set at how good they are to respawn. I don't think it's going to be a consistent game 5 like Path to play a gritty series, but like you're gonna like to the point of how this series played out. Well, you lost a tough map 1, but you regained quickly in the search, and because of your instincts in respawn, you carried from there in terms of momentum. So,
yeah, but then Seattle was actually able to chain the last 3 hills together. So, really good plays out of them. They get this time here back AC. They were able to work a lot of time, and then I think it was number 5. It was Dante during the listening who gets himself pushed up into PD. And is able to work those flips for Seattle. So just good heads-up play out of Dante to flip those spawns, lock down those spawns for his team, and they're able to get another big hold going into the P5, which, again, Florida Mutineers, they don't have much of a choice. They have to push this out, and they end up flipping themselves out. They were kind of in desperation mode at this point. Seattle Surge put the nail in the coffin. Any final thoughts, anybody at all? Chris, Ben, Octane, anybody?
No, I think
somebody left the game, Ben. Come
You're my biggest pet peeve, and I'm actually about to leave too, which obviously probably is a pet peeve.
No way, bro.
But my final thoughts before I leave. I think for Seattle, they grind this one out. I agree with Chris. They need to get better at search, add another game mode, but they could be very competitive in Major 3 if they keep playing this way. Like, I wouldn't count them out to backdoor like a top 4 Sunday finish.
All righty, Ben. Well, hey, Ben, it was nice having you. You know what I mean? We are replacing Ben Janisim with a new co-host of the day. It's Optic Octane, ladies and gentlemen, is joining us as a Why did he turn it? Ben told me he was going to keep his cam on and it wouldn't ruin the cams. Is this guy serious? There's no shot.
You did say that.
I can leave it on like this if you want.
What?
You did say that.
You broke it again.
You already fucked it up.
It broke? Oh, well, then fuck it, I'm out of here.
What?
Ben, why didn't you just not click anything?
Why? Yeah, why did you even do anything? Why'd you break it?
Regain.
What do you mean regain? You just said it's what you said you were gonna do, and you did the opposite.
Okay, Ben. All right. Well, that's a dick move, but it's all good. I'll figure it out as we get through the next show, or as we get to the next match.
The only remaining Dynasty member. That is me.
Octane, welcome to the show, Sam. It's an absolute pleasure.
I remember that face in that jersey. I played him at his last tournament in that jersey.
When was that? I don't remember. Did we play you at playoffs? I don't remember.
World War II COD champs.
I don't think I was there.
It was because it was a Thursday. That's why you don't remember. It wasn't like the official weekend. Yeah, it was a Thursday.
I don't remember. That whole period is just kind of blurry for me. I don't remember.
It's all good. It was before the event started, so no worries.
Okay. I just don't remember.
Let's get into the next one. Let's hop into LAG versus the London Royal Ravens. This was actually a really good series. We got a Fortress, Hardpoint, Mercado Search, Hotel Control. What?
What's good with the cam?
Bro, I mean, it's hard, bro. It's gonna take me like 5 minutes to fix these now. Like, I'm gonna have to let you guys take over the comms. Like, I'm trying to control everything, do the timestamps. Like,
bro,
it's because
Ben actually just screwed me over.
Ben enlarged the cam or something.
Wait, why did Ben say he wasn't gonna do anything? He was gonna leave it on.
Yeah, he just trolled me. He just trolled me, bro. He just trolled me.
Why is Ben so? Wait, hold on, Pat. Look at the ninja. Why is Ben's cam so big?
Wait.
You see this?
What is he doing, bro?
We're not equal. We're not
this
equal.
This shit's scuffed, bro. It's the pinch now.
Yeah, no, this is definitely the pinch. And my hotkey is the same key to crop the cameras. So it is not looking good. But let's get into the map. I'll fix them as we get into the map a little bit. Fortress Hardpoint, Mercado Search, Hotel Control, Mercado Hardpoint, LLC Low, S&D. Gentlemen, please say something about the vetoes.
So this actually was the blow it up bowl. And the problem is, Tom, is I have a perfect picture to use for the blow it up bowl, but the problem is that that I'm a piece of furniture on your stream at the moment.
I got you right now. I'm fixing you right now. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All
right.
They'll get you. I'm trying to do it. It's just very difficult. But I got you right here,
No
Pat. Boom.
But yeah. So this was the Burger Bowl. But it was a good series, as if you were in the watch party, you heard Sam say. Sam, you said this was your favorite series of the whole year?
Oh, easily. Honestly, yeah, 100%. The skill gap is so I don't know. It's easily my favorite series of the year so far.
I mean, to be honest, it was a really good
You see
series.
how it
I'm
ended,
not gonna
Pat? Are you
lie.
gonna tell me this wasn't the best series of the year?
It depends on what you were
11,
what you were looking for. You know what I mean?
Bro,
entertainment.
I'm trying to think. I swear, didn't Gorillas used to play Hotel Search? I remember them playing somebody on it on LAN, and I think was it FaZe? They play FaZe on it? No, I don't remember if it was on LAN where they just like smoked them on that map. I feel like was it FaZe?
I'm not even too sure.
I'm not gonna lie to
Chris.
you. I have no idea,
Yeah,
Chris.
They used to play that map.
We've
They
watched
used to be
so
good
much
at
COD
it.
in the last like 3
Chris, are you
weeks. I have
talking
no
about
idea.
the
Or was it
LAG
Toronto?
with Huke and Spart? Like,
No, or was it
team are you talking
Toronto?
about?
No, they used to play with this. They used to play this with their current team. I remember them smoking it was a good team. Maybe it was Rokkr at the event or something like that. They beat them on that map and they looked really good at it. I'm just curious if is Ravens like really good at that map, and is that why they vetoed it in this series?
I don't think
London
saying
does
Ravens
really like
is
Hotel.
really any map like
well,
that.
probably would make
London
sense.
loves Hotel.
Dude, sometimes I don't remember these series, but I swear Gorillas used to be really good at that map.
Well, just to get into the
dude.
first map a little bit, we get into a Fortress Hardpoint. I thought Scraps was unbelievable for these guys today. He played insane. He had a hell of a day. We got to give him his flowers. I mean, Sam, what did you think about Matty? We were watching him the whole series, and
absolutely slamming
he
the
was
series.
slamming, bro. Absolutely pissing on people, and it's good to see. He had and the reason why I'm mentioning his name is because going into the second B2, it's Matty, it's Scraps. He ends up finding a big 3-piece with these angles back here. Check out the shots coming in from Scraps as he finds 3. That's actually gonna be a big rotational 3-piece for them as they lock down a lot of this time. And then we go into the second P3. This is actually where LAG was able to break this one, and they had a listen in the meantime. So let's tune in and see how the LAG boys were sounding.
It's under me. Cannon dead. At the box. Jumping on it. Nice shot. I'm up front. No, I'm dead. I'm gonna spawn gate. You hold up front. I got you. Okay. He's one shot at him. I mean, that's you got, man. 3 circle. He's one front down. I got naded. He's gonna turn for some shit. He's stable. He's on the box. At the box. Got you. I'll give him that. Box dead. Box dead. Nice shot. Time. We block gate. We should spawn the guy out now. We can maybe. I'm there with you. Right, front triangle for it. Top circle weave. You're good. Back map. One is top. Watch out, bro. Let's spawn out there. He's going to mark. Or jump wrapping. Watch out. I'm stuck B5. I'm trying to play for this. P4 side door. Help me. He's on time. He's weak as fuck. I'm backing up then. We gotta play P4 We have to play P4 Playing you are. I'm missing Paul. He's going up P5 right now. Paul's top rail. We're sorry. Back step. That small gate. It's 3. Play safe on street. I'll push out left. I'm backing up. Play windows. Yo, gate right now. Gate dead. Listen. Play safe on right. Play safe on right.
And that's going to do it for the listening, gentlemen. Any thoughts on the listening from LAG? What'd you guys think of the comms?
They sound okay.
They didn't sound too bad.
They sound like normal, I guess.
Yeah, they were all right. The comms weren't too bad. LAG ended up losing this one. It was London who got a really good rotation over to this last hard point. Asim gets here early, works a kill. They end up pinning LAG back, and London and crew were able to run away with the first map. It was just an overall great map out of Scraps, man. I really think he showed out for these guys. He was just piecing in all the right moments.
Unfortunately, though, Tom, this was the last map that Asim had a decent map on.
Yeah, Asim struggled today. Asim had a really bad day. He was off, and he looked stressed. He had a towel. I don't know what he was doing. I mean, Sam, what did he have? You said you saw an ice pack?
I think he's sick. Because he
I
had
don't
like an
know.
ice pack wrapping like a towel in one of the cams from I think it was like an SND or something.
Sam Octane is absolutely robotic. Is he robotic for anybody else? Or is that just
No,
me?
you're
Tom,
robotic for us.
You're robotic.
Oh, I'm robotic
Sam's
too.
robotic too. Sam's robotic
It's
too.
the Los Angeles TeamSpeak server cheese. It'll correct. It'll fix itself.
It'll
But
go.
I was gonna mention that the two series. Well, obviously London wins this series. The two series that I've seen
I would
Ravens
think
win
we were
in the most recent times. What?
Jason tweeted it was sick. Probably not feeling well.
But anyways, in the two recent series that Ravens have been able to win, I'm pretty sure it was this one, and I think a series versus the old Florida team when they still had was it when they still had Dave? I can't remember. They this Matt went off in both those series, or Matty, and outside of that, we've seen London be pretty competitive with other teams, but usually I think the only person that's been playing like really well is Nasty. I feel like that's like kind of what London need if they want to be competitive with other people, not just like Matty, but they need somebody else to kind of like start like popping off. Like, because I feel like the only person that's really been playing like super good, like that's like super good for them is Nasty. I think Asim. Oh, I know he was sick in this series, but he has kind of like fallen off of his like superstar performances early in the year. And Paul's always he's been like pretty consistent, but he hasn't been
I feel like they take
Nasty didn't
turns.
even
I
play
feel,
good.
like they're
Nasty
taking
didn't
turns
play that
going
good
big.
today.
Yeah, I know,
Paul
but
played-
he's been like he's been like their most consistent player. I feel like.
I
in
feel
terms of,
like they've all.
all
I feel like they're
inconsistent.
all. Yeah, they just all take turns like having those days. Like there's just no consistency with them as a team, you know, and that's not gonna work. Like you're not gonna be able to consistently win series if people are constantly having off days. You know, like they're gonna have to figure that out. And I don't know exactly what that is, but they did change the roles. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but Paul is running a full-time sub now, and Nasty's on the AR. So yeah, no, they completely changed their roles up. Nasty's on a main
Which
AR,
is weird.
or on like a flex role kind of. He's on, and Paul's been running the sub most of the time, but he looks good, Pat. He looks good with the sub. He was moving. I mean, Sam, we were
he
talking
played
about
solid.
it. He was moving during the match.
Paul was moving.
He was moving for sure. I want to go into this round, the third round. Exceed almost 1v, or not almost. He does 1v4 this round. This was an insane round from Exceed. I say we just let it play out and kind of watch how this happens. I mean, how did London let this one happen? Exceed, he finds one. He ends up playing over towards this bottom P2 area. He jumps that tank. I think Nasty right here needs to challenge a little bit quicker. He ends up waiting to chow, and Exceed finds two. He ends up two-piecing him up. He gets out with his life, and with 5 seconds left on the clock, he gets to B just in time to get the bomb down, and then he just bumps the headset. He sits in a corner. He bumps the headset for 35 seconds. He hears Paul coming from a mile away. So, hey, gotta give it to Exceed. Bumping the headset is a good play these days. Fantastic 1v4 coming out of Exceed there. Fantastic play. What'd you guys think, Pat, Chris, Sam? I don't know if your mic's still good, but you could give it a go.
I think once Scraps got shot out in the dumpster, they just needed to chow him. Like just they were both tagged up, but just try not to line up and just like chow him because that's his only play. It's like he has to get a kill there. If he doesn't get a kill, they lose there.
I also don't understand the flank in a 4v1.
On the first guy?
Yeah, no, the guy who like was it Paul at the very end? Like he was so out of the play. There were two on the statue right there. He was in the room. They knew where he was. Like, and the one guy went on a deep back alley flank. I didn't understand that.
Yeah. And then a few
Yeah.
other rounds. Another big 1v1 here from Scraps. We go into the 2-2 round. And honestly, I just really like the way Matty plays this. He just throws a lot of shimmies. He's trying to use the sound cues to his advantage. I mean, Sam, is that something people are doing now, I guess? They're trying to use the sound cues, trying to juke people out with the sound? I feel like it's a good play.
Yeah, man, it's a great play.
Is he still robotic?
You could actually do something like that. Like if you, let's say you have Deddy and you like run a certain direction and jump. Like jumping makes so much noise.
No, it's a good play.
And then you jump and then pop your dead silence and go back. Like I feel like that could work.
Yeah,
Definitely good.
Tank ends up winning the 1v1 here. He ends up sniffing him out. Good plays out of him. And then we get into the next round. I actually really like the plays here from Paul. Ends up jumping the corner, smoking this guy. This is kind of what happened. We've seen this a lot. We've seen a lot of A rushes, pretty much the whole map. People love to go towards this A bomb site. It was definitely something to experience. I mean, Chris, dude, why is it that people favor this site so much? How come people never like to go B? I feel like B's not that hard.
Well, A is just a bomb site that a lot of time like teams are getting the spawn. I've said this like 100 times on the show, but you randomly won't. I feel like the team that gets offense first usually gets the more consistent spawn, and they'll just spawn towards A. So they'll beat people to the building, and they also can get their nades off quicker, which a lot of time you'll see. That's why like the trophies sometimes get popped because it's just the spawn point. You get there way quicker.
Yeah,
So it just favors A.
And then we get into the next round. This is where Paul works a good pinch on a retake. I like the plays from him, the routes. He has LAG pinned on the A site. Paul's going to work around. He's going to work a pinch. He's going to make it a 3v2 situation. LAG boys try to push out, but it's London. Don't give him anything. Time whittles down. London, they end up going up 3-4. This one was going back and forth. This was the London triple bluff.
Maybe the worst round ever.
They go towards the B side of the map. Then they end up going back towards the A side of the map. Then they go back to the B side of the map. So they're just keeping LAG guessing. They're keeping them on their toes. But the problem for the London Royal Ravens is it did not work. Joe Deceives sat in a corner. Yep, Joe Deceives sat in a corner. He waited for him. He finds one. And then I believe it's Paul who tries to make a play back alley. He goes down, and LAG just sniff out London going back to that B site. So great plays. And then this is where Joe Deceives just absolutely pops off. We go to the next round. LAG rush over to this B site. Bomb goes down. It's a post-plant situation. And Joe Deceives goes absolutely nuts. Picks up a big two-piece. And I'm pretty sure he gets the third onto Nasty as well. He ends up busting through this door and taking down Nasty as well. So great individual plays coming out of it. Joe Deceives there. And then we go to the last round. It's London who are able to get this bomb down, but it's the LAG special, the 3-hit back alley. What do you guys think about this play? 3-hitting back alley for the break. It worked for them a couple times, so I feel like maybe some teams might steal it, some teams might take it, but it's a pretty good play. It's been working for them. What do you guys think?
I think they got lucky that there was a sub holding it both times.
You think if an AR was holding it, it would have helped them out a little bit?
I think if they have any sort of team shot, or if there's an AR on that balcony, I think they're.
The thing is, most of the time, two people aren't watching that flank, so even if it's an AR, like usually, it's pretty easy to bait and switch. The AR that's watching that pinch might get one if he like doesn't pick the right angle and they team shot him quick enough. But it's not like in hardpoint, Sam, where like most of the time you have two people watching the alley because you know the pressure is going to come from there. So like usually you can isolate one guy, but I think it's a good play.
It just depends. Like, if you actually show 3 there and you can like get through tunnel mid map and you planted, like, say if you planted for hedges or if you planted to hold bomb from like tunnel, like you're just getting that side of the map and the same result.
I'm curious. Do we know how many 1v4s there's even been in Modern Warfare 2?
There probably been a lot because we've seen a lot of those.
I feel like I've only seen like 2.
I feel like I haven't seen many at all.
What, 2v4s?
No, 1v4.
Oh,
I thought you said 2v4s. I thought you said 2v4s.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, 1v4ing in this game is so difficult because of sound. Like even without sound equalization, like you can still sound war pretty hard in search. Maybe not to the degree that you can nowadays, but like if you don't have dead silence, you're not clutching it. And if you pop your deadie and don't essentially get the majority of the kills with your dead silence and keep like refreshing it, you lose. Like
I think Paco was the only one, right? I think Paco was the only other 1v4. It was Exceed and Paco. I think those are the two. Unless I'm mistaken, unless it's something I don't know about, but great plays from Tank to end this defensive round. He ends up going absolutely crazy. He goes on a little bit of a spree here to end it. He just wasn't missing the series, man. He just had a really good series, so definitely want to show him his flowers. London, they just hold double dash, they hold bedroom, they win the first defense, and then we go into the next round. This map actually got a little bit weird. London, they end up getting a really good break off over towards the bedroom side. They get a clean wipe, and they're able to get the B point pretty early. And then they just set up a break for that A side. So I feel like it's always pretty easy to get this A point for the most part. Unless the team just goes on a spree kitchen, it's really, really difficult to hold. But you can see it's already Mr. Nasty who rotates back kitchen, gets the guy out of their kitchen. Scraps pushes out the cut. They get the kills, and then it's off to the races into the snake pit. The London Royal Ravens go as they go up 2-0 in the control. And then things get really weird as LAG start to bring this one back. When we go to the end of this round, things got a little hectic. You can see 24 seconds left on the clock. LAG, they take some long routes. They go all the way around the back, and they just try and stay alive. It starts with Exceed. He's going to be that guy that snuck through. He's going to find one onto Asim. And they were able to work a stack onto this point. It was Asim or Paul X and Asim that were trying to go big. But LAG somehow just working stacks. Check out how this ends. Asim jumps the corner. finds 3. He goes down, assaults the last one up for LAG. He finds a big 3-piece. I don't know how the hell Adam Assault was able to do that. What did you guys think about that play right there?
1 HP.
1
Yeah, it was
HP. 1 HP in a dream. Really good plays coming out of Mr. Adam Assault. Then LAG are able to hold on the next 2 defenses. A little crazy stat for you guys. London Royal Ravens, they were actually 0-6 going into this overtime. They're 0-6 in overtime controls. What do you think is going on there?
No ice.
They got no fucking ice.
They got no ice, man. I mean, 0-6 in overtime controls. I just feel like they got to work on that, man. I don't know.
How many of those
I'm sorry,
are?
Stream. It's team speak. I can't do anything
Do
about
we
it.
have a stat on how many of those are offenses or defenses?
No, I honestly have no idea. I don't know that stat.
If somebody could figure that out or like tweet me, I'm actually curious because that could also be another issue for them.
Yeah,
If they're losing a lot of O's or D's, they're just probably not very good at the former.
yeah. I mean, last couple rounds for LAG were pretty comfortable. They end up just camping double desk and camping bed for the last 2 defenses and winning the map. You can take a look at the final scoreboard here. Everybody negative. For actually not everybody. Scraps and Paul were positive 1, but on the other side, 34 and 25 from Exceed, 33 and 22 from Assault. Pat, what do you think about these LG guys? I mean, they turned up today. Exceed was doing his thing. They ended up losing a series, but I feel like Exceed's been really showing out for these guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I forgot who they played not long ago where he had like a 90. Actually, was it against Optic when he had like 95 kills in that series? Yeah, he's definitely been frying. I don't know, Tom. I feel like they just have a capped ceiling. That's my only fear with this LAG team is like I don't think they have enough consistent star power to beat these top teams, and it's like that they put up a fight and they look solid when they're on, but I just don't think we get enough of it.
Yeah, Chris, any thoughts on the map 2 or the map 3 before we head into the next one?
Oh no, just Black of Ice out of Ravens. They can't close out the final round in a lot of controls apparently, and yeah, I mean, good. It was a good map by LAG. They had like 2-3 people going pretty like off pretty hard. So
yeah,
I mean, good stuff out of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but speaking of lack of ice, back to back map losses against the Ravens.
Yeah, and then obviously London. We get into the 4th map. We're going into the 2nd set of rotations, going into the 2nd P2. It was pretty much a tie game as they were trading these rotos, but it was London who get that big hold going over towards this P3. Asim was able to get there early. He makes a play. He's able to find 1 onto Exceed. That's going to open up the gap for his team. They're going to jump on in. They get into this hard point, end up locking most of this down. They get a lot of time here as they go up about 20 or 30. I'm not sure what the streak usage was here. I mean, Sam, I know you had mentioned it.
It's the worst streak of all time.
Robotic Sam, back at it again.
Time.
Worst streak of all time, he said. He didn't like that one. They just weren't in position.
That's a horrible streak.
They just weren't in position.
Sorry, it's time for y'all too.
Yeah, horrible. I can't understand either of you.
You guys wanna go to my Discord, the ZooMAFIA Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to ZooMAFIA Discord. Go to you guys got the link? I'll send it to you guys right now. It'll be better.
Just do it.
Here, I'll put it in the chat for you guys. Just click that link and join live with ZooMaa. There we go. We already got Pat in there.
Sound muted.
Let me send it. What's up, Pat? You hear me?
Holy shit, you sound better.
Way better? Okay, perfect. We'll stay in here. Discord, we could... Yeah, I hear you. You're good. I'm going to bump you up a little bit, but I hear you. You're chilling. Chris, you hear me?
Yeah.
Beautiful. I hear you too. And then we'll get Octane LaRue in here as well. We'll get the Discord because TeamSpeak is just absolutely shit in the sheets.
Robots.
Nah, you're good. And then we get into the last hard point here, and this is where London, they're able to work the break. I mean, Chris, you could talk about this a little bit. What did LAG do wrong here? Maddie's able to find 2 kills out of the parking lot, and they just kind of storm right through the front and break down LAG's setup. I mean, is there anything you think LAG could have done differently here?
I mean, I feel like number 4 kind of got a little scared after he got the first kill and ended up like running away from like on the car head glitch and got caught off guard by a guy jumping over the wall. I feel like number 4 was ultimately the reason why they got broken there. He also, if you go back, the guy in the hill could have probably helped because he saw that the pressure was coming from that side. Number 4 did, and he kind of just sat in the hill and was like a coward. He didn't really help his teammate.
Yeah,
So
no,
I think
he had the door closed, and yeah, no, they were both kind of sitting in there. Exceed initially was just chilling in the hard point by himself. But it was a good play by Tank. I feel like he was the one who opens it up. He comes from middle, but he jumps the wall. So it just catches somebody slipping. It catches Alex slipping. Picks up another kill mid-map, and now they just have numbers.
Number 3 was also worried way too much about green for way too long. Like they just had 2 people that weren't helping where the pressure was coming from. They got the information. They just sat there and did nothing.
Sam
Great to drag
Octane,
Sam, by the way.
you
Yes.
here?
I am here.
Hey, you sound absolutely gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Octane. I mean, Sam, I'll let you give,
TeamSpeak, bro.
TeamSpeak's just, I don't know, it's hoeing us today,
LA
bro.
TeamSpeak, bro.
It's
Fucking Paul
something
Streak
with the
was
LA
horrific,
servers.
and LAG's setup was more horrific.
You thought so? What was horrific
Yes.
about their setup, Sam? What did you like about it?
Alec was the only person that had a gunfight before London hit the hill, and he was also holding his own RV push or like caution or
Yeah,
whatever,
he was
and
holding
mid
it
at
by
the same
himself.
time while they were pushed out P2 with 0 info, throwing no shoulders, and then they just hit the hill. And Paul Streak was just awful.
They
So
kind of let Alec out to dry a little bit.
you really had to watch 2 things, and he still got a kill or 2.
That's what I'm saying. Like as soon as he got 1 kill though, and he knew the pressure was coming from that side, like number 3 should just came to the hill and helped.
That's what I'm saying.
number
They're just
2.
like not
they-
reacting to the
Yeah,
gunfights that are happening at all.
Yeah, they're not reacting to the information whatsoever.
Yeah, and then Scraps, he ends up, having another big map. Alec, 26-17, 23-18 from Assault. So the AR's doing what they got to do, but the subs, negative for LAG. And on the other side, it's Tank again, 25-18. Scraps is going nuts. Paul had a good day, 22-20. Really, really showing out for the London Royal Ravens. They helped them out a ton in this one. Any final thoughts on the map 4, gentlemen, as we head into the last map, number 5?
Kills look pretty even there, but the thing is, I think the Ravens just got way more important kills. They broke a lot of really important setups that LAG had, and a lot of the time it was just because LAG was playing way too spread or just not reacting off the information they were getting.
Yep, and then we get into the last map, and it's the 2v3 from Paul and Nasty. Not sure what happened to LAG here. I think it was Paul who makes the initial push. Nasty, he knows they're in the site. He's going to throw that stun down. Let's see how London was able to start this one off. Paul gets a big gunfight win on that head glitch. So Assault, he gets soloed out, not really playing near his team. And the last 2 are trapped in a site. And Nasty and Paul just do a good job. They don't do anything by themselves. They wait to chow with each other. And Nasty, he's going to push some shots down into 1. Paul's going to come in for the trade. And then Alec, he gets a little... I think Alec thought that Nasty was pushing him here. He tries to jump in the corner. Good 2v3 for the London boys.
Yeah, that was good. Paul went off that entire map.
Yeah, no, he went crazy. And then this round, I'm not sure what happened with London here. I don't know what the play call was here. Asim just sprints into the bomb site and just
Oh,
dies.
he did this a couple of times.
Yeah, he just ran into the
Just
site.
ran and died.
Boom,
Go
died.
to their break off real quick. Like
Yeah,
I
sure.
want to see what their break off was. Okay, so
2 guys rush pool. 3 guys rush pool. Asim just hit site by himself.
I've said this 100 times to people. I've even said on the show, you cannot beat them into the site with information. If the defensive team just literally pulls out a knife and sprints into the bomb, you will not see them cross in there. And they went to spot the cross. So you saw the 2 guys bottom pool. They like jumped to the little chair and they looked down mid alley. That's not going to tell you that they are not in the site. Because if they sprint in there like they did.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, you're sending him to hell.
But the thing is, like, he's probably under the assumption no one is there at all.
That's a big risk. That is a very big risk.
Why are you hitting that by yourself for a goal?
No, that's because what I'm saying. Listen, you guys are not hearing me. He's under the assumption that no one is there.
No one's in there. Regardless, though, that's a horrible fucking play. Even if there is nobody there, like, say if there's someone like barrels or someone just late peek smaller, late hits the bomb. Like, I don't know.
Well, they have people watching it. Like they're like off their.
I mean, technically, like, yeah, they can watch. Like, they can't hit the bomb if Asim is in there. They can't just run in and kill him because of their setup. But at the same time, I still disagree. Even if, he has.
Well, he's not going to get one dated.
Horrible strat.
Yeah.
Period.
They're operating under the assumption that no one is in there because I guess they just have no idea about the cross.
Because they think, exactly. They don't know that they can cross.
Regardless, they sent Asim to hell.
Yeah, they sent Asim to hell. I'm not sure what the strat was there, but Asim just gets absolutely blendered as soon as he runs into the site. So then we get into the next round. London, they worked some picks. It was Nasty who was able to get the first blood, and Asim and Paul, they do a good job flanking through bottom checkers and getting onto this bomb site. They worked some trades, and London, they were able to tie it up at 2, and then this retake was unbelievable from London. The bomb goes down from LAG. I mean, Sam, we watched this live. I don't know.
They just get 4 straight kills, right?
Yeah, they just honestly just individually just body LAG. They just challenge everything, and they just swarm on into this site. You can see how LAG just collapse one by one. Really big retake coming in from London on that
I
bomb
don't think
site.
anyone shot their guns barely,
Yeah,
bro.
dude,
They
that
weren't ready
was-
for a single gunfight.
That was
I feel
crazy.
like London did their research and kind of. Oh my god, I'm about to choke on something.
You're good, bro. You're
But,
good. Regain.
I feel like sorry, I don't know. But I feel like London did their research and realized that whenever LAG plant this bomb and just in general they like to play, they always have 2 players in the site. So they just kind of figured they could isolate the players outside of it and didn't have to really worry about the other 2. I feel like
Yeah.
they kind of knew that.
And then London going into the next round, they do a good job just slowing it down. They were able to work some picks. It was a pretty fundamentally sound round. They got pushed up field, so they had a lot of information. They had a lot of map control. Now things get a little interesting. LAG end up bringing this back a couple rounds, man. They bring it up. They win that. What was it? The 7th round. It was a big swing round. They don't win this round. It would have been bad for them. Joe Deceives, he's actually gonna make a dead silence play. He's gonna pop Deddy off the rip, and he's gonna take the risk. He's going to hit right down the alley in hopes nobody is watching it, and he's going to find a gap on a map. He's actually going to take down Paul.
That they go be here.
Yeah, no, it actually played out perfectly for him. I don't know if they just blind countered it or what, but Joe just goes crazy. And then he pops Deddy. I don't even know what happened there. He ran right by Nasty, kills his teammate, and then Nasty, he's left by himself. He gets taken down. We're all tied up at 4. And then this is where Paul and Tank just take over. You can see it's Paul
I
and
love
Tank.
Paul's play here.
Yeah, they go absolutely crazy here. So you see Paul, he gets pushed up hills here. He's actually going to find one on the flank. Then he's going to get aggressive. He's going to take down another one. That's going to be onto Joe Deceives. He makes it a 2v2 situation. So a 2v4 turns into a 2v2 because of Paul's play. Fantastic plays coming out of Paul X.
Wait, I gotta know how this even unfolded. Can we go back before Paul even made his play?
Yep.
Because number 4 is in their spawn. Okay, so he just hit their.
They just didn't know he was there.
Alec takes a bad shot here. He tries to kill. He tries to kill Paul across, so they get info on him, and then they're just chalked because they know Alex all the way in the back, and Paul just has to make a play.
They didn't clear this fucking mound, is what it was.
Nah,
and
they
Paul
didn't
was
clear it.
Paul was literally back there.
I think he was here though. To be fair,
Nah, I
Alec
don't-
literally
are you
shot
su-
at
are
him.
you
No,
sure?
Alec literally shoots him right here. Alex shot him
he
before him.
did.
Right here.
Wait,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Alex shoots him right here on the cross, which I didn't agree with in the moment either. I think
Yeah, you're
Alex just
right.
runs through to their mound.
Yeah.
So he sees him cross.
Wait, I
they
think
shoot each
number
other.
5 saw him first. Number 5 shot him first.
I mean,
Yeah.
they saw each other.
Either way, they saw him. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, Alec made the call for sure, and they just forgot about him. I don't know what happened here with Exceed, but he got caught with his pants down, and with the time clicking down, I mean, Paul makes a good heads-up play. He just reads the bomb plant, makes it a 2v2 situation, and a big win from Scraps here as well. This is a big gunfight when he takes down Assault. That's going to leave Alec in a 1v2, and there's not a lot of time left on the clock, and this one's all over. Alec tries to go for a knife, but there's no time on the clock anyway to defuse. That one's chalked, and then we go into the next round. This is a 4-5 round. This is actually an LAG retake. You see London. Bombs going down. It's a 4v3 situation. It was Scraps who got taken out originally. 4v3 retake. LAG's just going to kind of work through checkers, work through low.
He
and
gets an ace this round, no?
yeah, Exceed
Pretty
goes,
aces here.
Exceed goes absolutely insane this round. He just pushes out the cuts and he finds every kill. He just makes a good little solo play. I think the last one was Nasty and Exceed. Actually, no, Assault picked up the last kill. So Exceed almost had the ace. Close enough to the ace. Then the round 11 comes. This was very, very interesting. First, Paul X, he's going to hit out to the middle of the map by himself. He's just going to go rogue. He's just going to jump 2 kegs. He's going to lay some shots down into Joe Deceives. He's going to jump the corner. He's pre-firing through the doors, but it's a little bank grenade coming up from Exceed. He opens up the door, throws it off the wall, and Paul X goes down early. So it's quickly a 4v3 situation in favor of LAG, but Scraps finds one. LAG trades it out. I think Scraps found that gunfight up top, and then this is where things get interesting. Some trades go down on the site, and Nasty in a 1v1 with 6 or 7 seconds left decides to not plant the bomb.
Makes
and
a horrible gamble, and it paid off.
He made a gamble. I mean, what did you guys think? He made the gamble, didn't go for the bomb plant, plays the finding the guy.
Planting at the same time was also a gamble because he could have technically just ran at him and killed him while he was planting.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, he made the
it
read.
goes both ways.
I don't know if
he stunned him, guaranteed info. He could have Adam knows that he has to plan A or he takes the gunfight. So it's a 50-50 at that point.
If he stunned him and at least stayed on bomb, he would have had
Right here, he has to
time.
grab. He knows he's stunned. He could have ran in and planted. Adam could have just trapped him in the bomb and played the 1v1. It was definitely a gamble to push out and chow it
like,
for sure.
Played crouch behind though.
I feel like anything he does is a gamble, to be honest with you, and he just made the right call. Because
I feel like LAG should have grouped up because they knew. So off the rip of the round, London knew that 2 people were in sight when Paul died because he got tags on 2 separate players. They were able to kill one, but then they knew that one player was probably still going to be there, and they just worked him. They literally just pinched him. Asim, no hezzy, just runs in and kills the guy because he knew he was there. And then they got into like a trade scenario where it didn't go in their favor, and they got into a 1v1. They should have either the guy in bomb should have pulled out, and they should have played together and played like a spot and then a retake somewhere, or they should have just surrounded the player on bomb because he's the known factor, which is usually the person that's going to get worked when they're trying to start a clutching situation.
The bottom line is LAG got 8 of 11 first bloods and lost 6-5. That's pathetic.
Damn, that is a lot of first bloods to lose a map. 8 out of 11 is crazy.
Yeah, but congrats to London on winning the Burger Bowl.
My bad.
Shout out
Burger Bowl.
Yeah, the Burger Bowl, Tom.
That's disrespectful, Pat. That's disrespectful.
I mean, Tom,
bro.
these are our 11, 12 teams.
Yeah, I know, but they're good players, Pat. They're not bad players. They're just struggling in the professional CDL league. They're at the bottom, but the Burger Bowl?
Exactly. Well, the CDL Burger Bowl. I should clarify. It's the
You called them challengers players before the flank started.
Yeah, you did.
I said. No, you guys are misquoting me. I said this would be a great challenger finals.
Insinuating that they could be in a challenger final.
Yeah, that was pretty disrespectful.
I think it's more so the care level for these 2 teams, because I think they should blow it up is a challenger.
I see.
Patrick Price is calling for another blow it up once again, but let's get into the final match.
The collab blow it up. The 2-piece nade.
The 2-piece nade, but this was actually the first match, so things got a little weird with the schedule today. This was supposed to be the second match. This ended up being the first match, but we're going at it as the last match because, man, was this series quick. Optic Texas going up against
here for this one.
Optic Texas going up against the Minnesota Rokkr, Embassy Hardpoint, LSCLO S&D, Fortress Control, Fortress Hardpoint, Embassy Search. We'll start on the vetoes, pal. I'll let you take the floor. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying, Tom, I wish Ben was here for this one. So, vetoes aside in this series, dude, Rokkr is ass. I'm sorry, but these guys are ass. I was literally when we were at Major 2, we were sitting there and Rokkr was doing well, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, Rocker's gross. They're back finally." When Bance and Afro were having 1.6s, bro, Bance got actually world star today. I love Bance. Let's clarify, but 0.5 neg 30. No one on this team did good. No one could get kills. And massively inflated this performance at Optic. I don't even think this was Optic doing anything crazy. Rokkr is just horrible right now, bro. They're what 0-3 in this major stage right now. They're winless. Bro, these guys just don't look good.
To be fair, a lot of people at Major 2 had those crazy 1.6s on that Saturday. I feel like every team that won had some
there was 6 3-0s on Saturday.
Yeah, everyone had anomaly stats, run stats.
Optic do a really good job in this map breaking hills. They broke 4 or 5 hills in this first rotation. One of them being this one right here. You can see them playing through orange. Shotzi's going to make a play through up top. He's going to find one. Then they trade the guy out in the hill.
What the fuck?
Yeah, somebody just runs right into Ant and just gives up the door.
The hill, bro? That Optic didn't break that shit, Vance did.
I mean, I don't know why. At that point, just snake, right? Just snake the heady. Just snake the heady or stay alive.
Even then, you have your teammate number 3. He's literally looking at orange door when they jump out here. Yeah, Attach is literally waiting for these guys to jump into a crossfire, and Ben just runs at him.
Yeah, they definitely get a little overzealous there. They just kind of run out the point, and Optic do a good job capitalizing. Then take out the next rotation. We go into the P4, and Optic are able to break this one as well, and we can kind of see how they're able to do it. It's weird. Cammy gets a kill right. He ends up giving it up, and then that's going to allow Optic to kind of inch up this right side of the map. You can see Dashy, he finds a kill P1, but I like the routes from Optic. They swarm from every angle. P2, P3, mid doors, window. I mean, they come from everywhere, and they're able to break this hard point. It gets a little mixy originally, but then Optic end up winning the rest of these trades, and they get the rest of this time. So another break for Optic Texas. And then we go into the P5 hard point where Optic break again. What do you think is going on with Minnesota setups? Because we look at it again and take a look. It's Hook
getting singled out, bro. They're just giving away free kills on rotation.
Yeah, it's Hook. P2. He runs right through P2. He kills Attach in the back. Then he ends up hitting this point and finding another one. It's almost like they didn't calm right there. I mean, look at this. The guy in Hill didn't even turn. Hook gets a kill, and then he just waltzed into Hill and just shoots the last guy in the back. It was Cammy on Hill. He just gets shot right in the back. Boom.
To be fair, yeah, that guy got
isolated. He was getting swarmed. He was getting swarmed from front as well.
He played number 3 played a bad spot. Who was it? Attach. He played a bad spot, but once he shot, like he should have known that he was going to get like rushed, and he played it like that wasn't a possibility. The person that actually killed him actually made like a crazy play. He kind of just like jumped over the vans on his side where like Attach wasn't looking. But yeah, he should have definitely played a better informational spot like the white truck. I mean, he could have just played the white truck to look at back B2 sidewalk, seen the pressure.
Just snake the wall on gas, bro.
But I thought Optic just did a great job taking the routes and being a nuisance and breaking all these hard points. They ended up breaking 3 hills in a row, and then we go into the listening. And I think we really get to see the rookie Ghosty shine in the comms in this one. Let's listen in and see how the boys sound.
I hear you. Let's wait for tops. Let's wait for tops here. I have one with the nade in red. Yeah, you can go real. You can hold for me. Get time, Brandon. You can or Don also. I can't. Okay. Here's hold. Play for the guy up hold. Where's the I have your double palm. I have your front double palm.
I have top cat.
I have your double palm, Tyler.
Yeah, here one orange, I think.
In red.
I'll be back.
Another one orange. Afro. He chopped him. He went orange.
Yeah, he puts it orange.
One's Xbox.
One guy's top cat. Top cat can't be challenge P1.
Top cat really weak and left side of time. Left side of time, dead. All right, the one guy's top cat weak. Top cat weak. Hear you. Let's get top control. I'm gonna go top with you, Brandon. Actually, I'm gonna chop. Right,
I'm looking
top AC.
Top cat dead.
All right, top cat. One more top cat. No, one more top cat. One more top cat.
Yeah, I'm looking at
he's AC. Top right AC. Top right cat.
I don't see P2.
He's like laundry probably. Can we get time? Can we get time? Guys, top cat.
One shot on time, guys. Absolute on time. Afro. One shot on time.
One guy's flanking me, PD. One guy's behind me, PD. One's behind me, PD.
PD. One shot.
I'm playing back.
Yo, we're missing one. We're Bance. He's gonna be flanking the back. I promise.
I have the back.
Yeah, he's on you guys. On you, Bance. There's 2 on you. There's 2 on you.
Hold the back. Hold the D back in.
There's 2 on you.
He's in the back. Got truck.
One guy pushed out milk. I have a tree.
I stay alive. They're gonna flank you in. One guy's on top. Kimmy's milk. Last guy.
Yo, Vance. Cammy.
First Vance.
I'll kill him.
Watch your P1.
I have milk pitch. One way search. Once they search Vance.
I hear you.
Milk.
Yeah, milk. One shot. Vance. Okay, my own Xbox.
He's still there.
One stop gas.
He was really weak.
One still gas.
Last spawn out behind him.
I don't have a trophy.
There's a point. I want you guys.
I'm from Rokkr.
Yo, backside time. Nice. Front side time.
Yeah, much out.
And that's going to do it for the Optic Texas listening. They sounded really good. What did you guys think?
Let's fucking go, Dan Ghosty.
Dan Ghosty, man. He's really stepping up in the comms,
that,
man. I
He's
feel like
directing.
everybody else was pretty quiet for the most part. I mean, they were. You heard him.
That's how it could be. I mean, if he's asking questions, he's like telling people where to go, who to get initial. He's calling trophies. Like, dude,
Yeah,
I mean, that's just the best case scenario.
And I'm sure
Just let
Shotzi and
Bruce and
Hook
Kyler kill
are.
people.
I feel like they're in the mix, like Soundhorn too. You know,
I don't
just
think
like
I heard Ant utter
focused.
one syllable.
Yeah, nah, he was just in the zone, just making plays. And you know, when you let Ant just do his thing, I mean, he's gonna be able to have maps like this. I mean, he had an insane series. We end up going into the second P4, and this is where Optic just got a clean rotation. Ghosty working some snakes and Hill. I mean, if you ask me, that's fantastic form coming out of the Rook. And just like that, Optic were able to run away with this one as they batter Minnesota Rokkr in the first one. Take a look at the final scoreboard. 27 and 15 from Shotzi, 25 and 18 from Hook, 20 and 18 from Big Brucey, 16
That's the
and
shit
13.
that happens with
14.
with listenings like that, dude. Ant didn't say a fucking word, and he was double positive. Like,
Double positive,
if you're calling out everything like the way that Dan was right there, dude, it lets people like Brandon and Kyler and Ant just do whatever the fuck they want on the map, and they just know everything. They know where people are spawning. They know the timings. They know who's on initial.
That Rokkr couldn't get a kill.
They also could not get a kill. That is fair,
They were
but
literally just getting ran.
they were great comps.
Yeah, but they were also just they got broken on a handful of hills, and then on top of that, Optic was just early to a lot of like hills and just holding it. Rokkr was not only getting broken on like a couple of the hills that they actually got to, but most of the time they just couldn't get to new. They were just always being out rotated. Optic did a really good job of staying ahead of the game.
Well, Optic, Optic at the first rotation was just Optic breaking the hell out of them for 4 hills in a row, just taking the routes.
I didn't get to watch the whole map, but dude, Minnesota actually was just giving them a freebie. Like Band's literally jumping in. Like if my teammate jumps in orange on P3, I'm tweaking unless like we know there's no one in there. Like he just jumped into them, especially with Dylan trying to hold like the crossfire from behind PD. Like he's just giving him a break at that point. Same with the kill on the Vans on P5.
Yeah, mistakes coming in from the Minnesota Rokkr, and Optic Texas taking full advantage of it. So good first map out of Optic. And then we get into the second map, and again, I mean, I'm just going to breeze by this. This was a 6-1 Optic victory. These rounds didn't even seem close. I mean, Optic rushes this A site the first round. They work a good post plant setup. They just play some corners and some crossfires. First round was pretty tippable out of them, pretty easy. Then we get into the next round. It's a clean retake from them. It's the Minnesota Rokkr, who are in a 3v4 situation, but it's Hook who jumps the corner, able to find one, slides across. I mean, this guy was everything today, going absolutely nuts. He's been really good for Optic, man. Hook's really been showing out these last couple weeks for Optic Texas. And then you can see 3v1 situation comes down to Cammy. He's by himself, Ghosty, with the play. A big retake coming in from Optic. I mean, Minnesota Rokkr just looked shaky in every game mode, to be honest, today. They looked really, really off. Any thoughts on the map, too, gentlemen?
I didn't get to watch it. It seems like if it's a 6-1, there's not much to talk about. I don't know. I was warming up Seattle.
You were warming up Seattle during this one?
I think you got to see.
Don't worry about it, man.
I think you got to see. I think you got to see more good things from Dan this map. He usually hasn't been putting up like the best stats for his team. He does get a lot of hill time in the hard points, but in the search and destroy, he has been playing particularly well. But he actually did play pretty good in this one, so good signs from Dan at least.
Hey, he did have 2+ minutes in the hard point first hill, so doing that objective work. And then Dashy pulls out the snipe in his 4th round. Love the play from Big Bruce to switch it up, right? He doesn't snipe the whole time, but he takes it out just to kind of mess with them a little bit. And he ends up finding a big pick with that sniper rifle. So good plays. Who's going to find one and get traded out here? 3v1 situation. Optic closed that one out. And then this round, Bance with a little bit of a troll here, man. I understand what he was trying to do. Hook is going to walk right in front of him. And right here, I think what Benjamin Bance is thinking is, listen, let me see if I could be patient here and see if I could spot another one before I shoot. Maybe take down 2 here. But he's going to shoot Hook at the last second as he gets around the corner. And then Benjamin Bance is going to fall, and that's going to open up the B site for Optic Texas. So maybe a little bit of a misplay there, gentlemen, from Benjamin Bance.
Seems like everything Rokkr is doing right now is just trolling. Like everything they do, all their setups, the plays they're making, these guys are just throwing it away every time they get any opportunity.
Yeah, and then Optic do a good job again, just capitalizing on these things. You can't let a team like Optic, you can't make this many mistakes when you're playing a team like this because they'll punish you for it. They hit that B site, they get a plant down, they go up 4-1. And in this round, Minnesota just don't pick up the pinch. It's Hook who makes a play through checkers. Nobody's watching it. Ghosty finds one. Hook makes a play onto the other. Maybe, again, just something going on with Minnesota's setups. They're just getting swarmed. They're not even shooting their gun. It just seems like nothing is going right for these guys as they just get absolutely steamrolled here on the retake. Optic.
Wait, what was their setup when Hook flanked? Can we go back?
Yep. We'll go all the way back. So the plant goes down. Hook never really flanks. He just pushes theirs from their side. He just pushes from the defensive side and just walks right through the door. He just says, screw it. He makes a solo play, just hits it. Afro looked like he was looking at his back. But Bance had his back, so I'm not, or maybe he was worried about somebody jumping in through kegs. He was just alone on the site, so.
It doesn't even look like they're shooting their guns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were just kind of getting mowed down.
This looks like the hardpoint breaks. Like they're not even ready for any of these fights.
And then in my notebook, I literally wrote Minnesota chalked it up for this last round. I'm not even too sure what the thought process was here for Minnesota. Cammy. He's by himself somewhere up top, I think he's top rails. They end up singling him out. He solo chows Brucey, top mid. Brucey all over that. He's going to take him down. And then I think Dylan makes a play radio. He ends up pushing up radio, and it's just a good heads-up play at a Shotzzy. He ends up reading the overextend from Dylan Atats. I think he might even heard him. Takes him down.
Definitely heard him.
Yeah, the sound cheese was in. I mean, you can't even really critique it because it's just how the game is played, huh, Sam? It's just you have to bump your sound. If you're not bumping your sound, you're trolling.
Pinch with no daddy, you're dead.
Yeah, trolls are in. Dylan had a really rough map, but you look on the other side, it was Dashy 8-3, Shotzzy 6-3, Ghosty 6-2, Hook 6-3. Everybody from Optic Texas showing out in this one, and everybody negative from the Minnesota Rokkr. So Not clicking for
Fellow
Rokkr.
Krispy Kreme employee.
Yeah, man. I don't know what happened with Rokkr today, because as we go into the control, it didn't get any better for them. It was actually, well, any final thoughts, Chris, Pat? Any final thoughts, Pat? Maybe you could go, Pat. Any thoughts on a map number 2?
Rokkr just look lost right now, bro.
Chris.
Yeah.
They're just not doing. They're not. It doesn't seem like they're looking at like they're prepared for anything. Like they're just misplay after misplay after misplay. Even in situations where you think they have the advantage, they just seem to throw it away every time. And we know what happens when
Dylan
teams
hit
are
a
making this many
super bounce
mistakes.
back. Sorry to cut you off, Chris. That guy is frying.
Yeah, Dylan really bounced back in the control. Go ahead, Pat.
I would argue that Rokkr getting what they got at Major 2 is probably the worst thing for this team. No bullshit.
Why? Because you think they're like that expectation though?
Yeah. I think they like thought that they're good enough now, but like to me that was just such an anomaly placing. Like I just don't think this Rokkr team is good enough. And to me, like them getting a top 4 kind of like is like, oh, like yeah, we're solid. Like we just got to put it together, and they're gonna keep this roster the whole year and just be mediocre.
It's kind of like like Seattle's thing where it's like, oh, we got second,
Yeah,
and then they just go on to get 12th. Like,
Bro, how does Minnesota lose this? They are fucking slamming.
Yeah, no, so this is what actually happens in the control. This is why I went to the second round. Minnesota do a great job getting pushed out art, working those kills, constantly stopping clock. I mean, Attach, he went from a rough second map, but he really turned things up going into the control. You can see Bance here. He ends up closing out this A site. In Minnesota, they're actually able to work some ticks on this round, man. They actually get the 8 point, and then they were able to work 2 ticks onto the B point as well, which is not easy to do on a Fortress control, let alone win or not. It's very, very difficult to win offense on this map, and they were able to get 5 ticks. You could kind of see how they were able to do it. They just kind of got pushed out. They were able to get out the spawn, and Attach opens one up. He won. And then Ghosty, he kind of gets tagged up here, top art, so that's just going to open up the middle of the map for Minnesota Rokkr. They're able to get pushed up on this B site. And then they just work some kills. They get a couple takes before Optic rain hell. They get those close back spawns. So Minnesota Rokkr, they end up running out of lives. You would think that after Rokkr, with a round like that, taking it to the overtime, all defensive wins going into the overtime, the 2-2. Optic Texas were able to win the offense. It was tippable plays from Optic. I thought they played this map really well, or this offense really, really well. I mean, Sam, you play this map. How difficult is it to win an offense? It's pretty typical on Optic's part to somehow do this.
It's Fortress control, bro. Running an offense on this map is fucking insane. Like, you literally will play for like 2 ticks on A, and you're like, oh, good round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get 1 to 2 ticks. You're like, oh, okay.
Isn't that like the average 2 ticks?
Yeah,
Isn't like, I'm pretty sure that's the average.
It probably is.
That is absurd.
Yeah, no, getting like literally 2 ticks on A, you think you had a good offensive round. Like this map is definitely something.
The average being 2 ticks on a side of control is
Also,
fucking crazy.
The round 5 control records coming into this map was Optic 2-7 and Rokkr 9-1.
Damn. Wow. Interesting.
So,
See, like I wonder how many of these like the London 0-7, like Optic not being that
what was
good.
Offense? What was defense?
Like what is Fortress? You know what I mean? Like what round 5s are they actually losing? Because I mean, like if it's Hotel 0-7, like okay, like they got no ice. But if it's a Fortress 0-7, it's like okay, they're just never getting offense.
That matters for sure. That definitely matters.
It's like, well, the stats not great. It's definitely context involved.
Sam, do us a favor and get this map out.
I'm trying. I would love to scrim some dome control, bro. Let me tell you.
Have you guys tried it? Have you guys tried it yet or not?
I've asked Cap to ask teams to play it. I brought it up like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. We just haven't done it.
Never get done. It'll never get done.
Oh shit, my bad.
Optic do a really good job just staying pushed up on a map. I mean, right from the start of the round, they just couldn't kill the Optic players out of their art. Optic held map control for majority of the round.
After the Cap A, Tom?
Yeah, after so the 8 cap comes in, you can see the stacks, and you can see Shotzi. He's already pushed out already. Like as they're capping A, Shotzi gets into art. He gets taken down, but the streak comes in, and Hook fills in the gap. He finds one.
Like, once you're they
just always stayed pushed up. Yeah, they just always stayed alive in art. Like they always had somebody staying alive. Like if you're gonna push and 2 or 3 go dead, that last person has to stay up. Just don't make it. Just wait. Make a play, like try and stay alive and be a nuisance here, because the minute everybody gets clean wiped here, you're put in the trap. So you can't go 4 dead, and it was Brucey who was that guy staying alive for Optic. He didn't have to do much. Just play a corner, wait for his teammates to come off spawn, and get right back into the mix, and that's what he did.
He was here.
They didn't push him out.
Go back again. Look what happened.
Yeah, so he kills this guy. Boom, kills Cammy.
Before the spawn was before this. It was before this.
Yeah. So
Go was before this. It was before when Optic was all off spawn.
Yeah. Well, he's coming off the P1. He's coming off the P1
so
after
look
capping
what happens here. So they kill this guy here. They kill the guy double stairs. Number 7 shoots at somebody.
Yeah.
And then number 2 just dives out of double window. Number 1 just gives up on him and goes into maps.
I think
And
He
then
was
this
looking
guy
for
over
him.
here-
Kimmy was looking for him.
Number one was
I think Ben's
fine.
making the correct play here. Yeah.
Number 1 is fine. Number 2 just dove out of I don't know, dude. They just
They
forgot
definitely didn't do
about
a
him
great
and
job
shoots a guy in the back.
of clearing it, but at the same time, like that's how you kind of get cycled on defense on this map is trying to clear this guy in art, bro. Like when we're playing against New York and we know like Hydra's lost in fucking P4, it's like running in there is one of the worst things you can do. So like I get the play, it's not great to leave him there, but at the same time, it's so easy to lose like 3 to 4 lives just trying to clear a guy that's hiding in a million different corners.
Yeah.
You can see how, I mean, Brucey just continues to spree. He's got a missile in hand. I mean, he just continues to rain these kills down. And look at those lives from Minnesota. I mean, because of how long they were able to stay here, Brucey's on an 8 spree. Big Brucey called game, man. He called game. This one's all over. Optic Texas win the offense.
15-1, bro.
Yeah, the lives dwindled down very, very quick. The Optic Texas boys hyped up. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. Brucey 21-17 ended that one on an 8 spree or a 9 spree. 25-24. Nah, it was a really, really good map. Really good series from Optic Texas. Got to give them their credit. They came out and took care of business today. Minnesota Rokkr just making too many mistakes. They're going to have to clean it up. I'm not really too sure what was going on with them, but gentlemen, any final thoughts on the series as a whole? On Rokkr, on Optic, any thoughts at all? Pat, we'll start with you.
I want Rokkr to blow it up, Tom.
You want him to blow it up?
bro. How many blow it ups are in the
Damn,
league?
this guy Pat wants to blow up everybody.
I wanted them to blow it up before Major 2. That's what I was saying. Like Major 2 was just such a anomaly for them that it's like I feel like it's just gonna it's honestly just gonna put them in this routine and they're just gonna be constantly mediocre.
What do you think about Optic's performance, Pat?
I mean, they were just playing a team that needed to blow it up.
So it's not that they played well; it's just that Minnesota's just that bad.
I mean, dude, when I
played
look
well,
at, like,
Pat. Optic played great today.
When I look at how good Shotzi and Hook did, and I'm like, okay, like they fried, and then I go and look at the stats on Rokkr, and I'm like, well, never mind, fucking Bant
obviously, Pat.
30. Like, bro, if
somebody's gonna do good, that means
if somebody's doing really good, then the other team's gonna go really bad.
I'm saying if someone on the other team is literally, bro, a 0.5, like you're shooting zigs, like you're doing nothing on the map, dropping -30, like you're just losing every fight, and so it's like, I don't know, I don't feel like that's like something special that Shotzi and Hook are doing.
Me personally, I thought Optic played good today, bro. I thought they looked good. I thought they were individually making plays. They looked confident. Yeah, they 3-0 choke slammed them.
They fucking slammed them.
I thought they looked good.
Like slamming the Ravens. Like I don't know.
We're not calling Minnesota the Ravens, bro.
It's not even comparable.
Yeah, it's not
We're not
comparable.
doing that.
Both teams need to blow it up. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus.
Alrighty, Pat. Leave it his opinions on the floor, but Minnesota, we'll see if they can bounce back. Good job from Optic today, but let's get into the predictions heading into the next week. We got London, Seattle, Vegas, Minnesota, and LAG, Florida.
Pat ain't watching one second of
taking-
Call of Duty. Pat is not watching 1 second. He's taking a sick day.
I'm actually taking a sick day.
No bullshit. Pat's on PTO for today.
Come on, bro.
The CDO cannot set these matches up.
Pat's
on one
not
day.
watching 1 fucking millisecond.
Pat,
of
you're
this
not
game.
watching one?
These are the matches?
Bro, these are the worst possible matches, Tom.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad, bro. They're pretty bad matches.
You have every bottom 4 team playing the 9 and 8 team.
Yeah, but they can, but hey, listen, we can still get good series though, bro. I mean, I'm gonna be watching. I watch everything. I watch everything.
LAG today, but there's some.
I mean,
there's some
that
capable
series.
matches.
Well, yeah, that
I'm saying
series
the
is fire.
Won't be good. I'm
Wait,
just saying
Saturday,
the
Sunday are
teams
about to have bangers then.
Yeah,
Never
maybe.
mind, I'm tuned. Bang.
This is literally all bottom 6 teams. That's mind blowing.
Well, I'm gonna be locking in. That's for sure. I'm gonna be doing the watch parties, and Pat might be sick that day. Hopefully, you let me know not an hour before the show. Hopefully, you let me know in a good time if you're not gonna make it.
This is blow it up Friday, bro.
And then leave.
No, don't do that.
This is blow it up Friday, bro.
Bro,
Yeah,
no,
low
it's
key.
not. Let's go into some predictions. London Royal Ravens going up against Seattle Surge.
I'll take Seattle.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Seattle in that one. I kind of liked how Seattle was playing. Other than the first map today, I thought Seattle looked pretty good today. So I'll go Seattle 3.
There might be a hotel S&D in that series. London likes it. Might be a hotel S&D in there.
Yeah, maybe. I'll go with Seattle 3-1 in this one. Sam, we'll go with you. Who do you got?
I got Seattle. I'll go 3-1 as well.
Alrighty, Pat. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go London Royal Ravens game 5.
Game 5, London.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, who do you got?
Seattle continue to win, search and destroy. I'm gonna go with Seattle.
I like
You know
that,
it's
Chris. You're
not
sticking with him. You're
There's gonna
sticking
be-
with him.
There's gonna be a hotel in there, and you know it.
This will probably have a hotel in it. I could see this having a hotel in it.
100% it will.
And then we got Vegas Legion going up against the Minnesota Rokkr.
I'm taking Vegas, bro.
Yeah, I'll take Vegas in this one too. I'll probably go 3-2 Vegas. I can see this one going all the way, actually. I can see Rokkr stepping up their game from today, but I still think Vegas might look a little bit better right now. I'm going to go with them. They see a little bit more controlled. I feel like their fundamentals are a little bit better right now. I'll go with Vegas 3-2.
We'll go 3-1.
3-1 Vegas.
I'm going to go with Vegas. The pillow's coming.
The pillow is coming, ladies and gentlemen.
Shit.
Is coming. You got Vegas as well. Pat, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vegas 3-2.
All right, and then we got the Los Angeles Gorillas going up against the Florida Mutineers. Man, that's a tough one,
I want to
bro.
go Florida, bro. Low key.
Yeah, I might go Florida as well. Sam, I think we're on the same page right
I
now.
want to take a Florida here. I think a game 5er.
Yeah, I mean, this might be a game 5. We'll go 3-2 Florida for me. What do you think, Sam? You going Florida as well?
Yeah, Florida 3-2.
Alrighty, Pat, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Gorillas 3-2.
Alrighty, and Chris?
Pat's just taking all the game 5s because he has no fucking clue.
I can't back my boys on Gorilla anymore, bro. They have been shitting my sheets. I'm going with Florida.
My bad, Gorillas.
Alrighty, I would switch to the other camera, but the cameras are definitely going to be chalked if I switch to that scene. I mean, we could take a look here and see what it looks like. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's all over the place. Look at that.
Let's see it.
Hey, I'm here.
Chris is there,
What
but
the fuck?
we'll keep it over here. But guys, listen, no putt today. Benji's nowhere to be found. My man is at Top Golf Bald, letting those golf balls rip.
You think he's watching right now?
I don't know.
He's got it on his phone.
No, I
no
doubt
goddamn
it.
chance.
Hey, actually, Ben_Naseem is in the chat right now. I see him in the viewer list. I don't know if
There you go, Ben.
but yo, Sam, Sam, I loved having you on. Sam, it was a pleasure having you on.
Always down to flank it up, man.
Yeah, man, I love having you on as a low co-host, man. You did a great job. So thank you very much.
I don't see you flanking in game though.
Celebrity show. Of course,
doesn't
I'm way
need
too
to.
stiff for that. I got Dylan Envoy. You think I'm gonna crowd the flank with Dylan Envoy? Come on, man.
It's a good play to Sam LaRue. But listen, guys, that's gonna do it for us. Shout out to Austin as well for hopping on again. He hopped on every day this weekend.
Just to chirp Pat.
Yeah, just to chirp Pat every day, which was good content.
He's
so
literally my biggest fan. It's crazy.
Well, shout out to Austin, shout out to Sam, shout out to Pat and Chris again, and shout out to all you guys in the chat, man. We really appreciate everybody showing love. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites that we're on, and go follow @theflank on Twitter. Gersh doing a phenomenal job running socials. Take care, brush your hair, and we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank, man. Take it easy. They're about to hear